And welcome back to the Constitutionals podcast. I'm your host, Chad White. If you didn't know, this is the premier podcast for the website, cpluscomedy.com. Like I just said, it's a website. Go there. Episode 197. God, why am I so out of breath? Are you kidding me? I ran like 4 miles this morning. I went to the gym, and still I'm out of breath. Welcome back to the show. This is the show. This is all it is. If you expected something different, go somewhere else. Me, just a boy, his cat, sitting obviously in a tree, KSSING. Not right now, though. She's sleeping, and I'm not. Oh my gosh, I started on time. I said I wanted to start this at 11:15. And here we are, 11:15. Actually, I said I want to start at 11 o'clock, but I was watching a video, and then I thought something was on sale, so I wanted to check out what the product was. It was a training mask, an Apollo training mask. They had a new version of a training mask, and I wanted to check it out. But apparently it's not on sale. That's the story of my life. Look, I got nothing going on. I have zero things going on. There we go. God, I don't know what's wrong with me. I've been trying to feed Nova raw food. She does not like it. Excuse me. And so I'm trying to get her off of Purina. Trying to get her into raw food. I went and bought some raw food at my local pet shop in my neighborhood, Inman Park. And she didn't enjoy it. She barely ate it. I mixed it in with her regular food, and I did the thing where you're supposed to put like 50-50 and then 25 and 75, and then like all just the original food. She does not like it. So I got to take that stuff back, probably get her something else. And I don't want to say the company that she doesn't like because I think that's rude. Also because the lady who owns the store said, "Oh, your cat's good. My cats love this. I feed my cat. It has limited ingredients. And it probably has a limited taste too, because Nova did not take to it." But I liken it to me trying to feed her this better food for her. I liken it to somebody who's only been eating McDonald's their entire life, and then someone offers them like a real hamburger, like a handmade hamburger, and they go, "What is this? Why is it pink in the middle? Why is it medium rare? What is it?" Like they don't even know what good tastes like. But also I got a new keyboard to go along with this new mouse I got. Nice heavy duty keyboard, Bluetooth wireless, makes this 7-year-old computer feel brand spanking new. It did make me write a little bit more. I wrote 10 pages on Wednesday. I couldn't think. I thought today was Thursday. Oh God. And that's the story of what I've been doing all week. So let's get to it. Actually, and I didn't even set anything up for this episode this week, which is embarrassing. I mean, like stories would occur, and I would go, "Oh, that'd be good for the podcast." And yeah. But 197 episodes in. Oh yeah. You know what? We'll talk about something when we get back in the break. Okay. This first one comes from Engadget. Fox's Tubi is the latest free streaming service to explore original shows. Why is this so zoomed in? Control minus. Okay, this comes from J. Fingas. Fingers, please. Okay, so as we know, Roku, as you may have heard, Roku is planning on some original shows, and it also has a free streaming service. If you have a Roku, then there's like a Roku channel, I believe, and you can check out free channels there. Basically the same thing that's on Pluto TV, which is also free, and all these different free streaming platforms. So Roku wants to do some type of free streaming shows. All right, Crackle has been doing that. Sony's Crackle, which the website is, I think, sonycrackle.com. But Sony's Crackle also free shows, which is so stupid. But they have like Super Mansion, and they had the Dead Rising movie, and this is all from the top of my head. This is crazy that I'm remembering this. I can't remember anything else. As soon as I say that, Crackle, I'm just going to type in crackle.com. Oh, it is just crackle.com. Okay. Here's a banner ad for After the Murder of Albert Lima, a Crackle original. I guess these are another one. Oh, no, it's the same one. Yeah, I guess this is the place where, Crackle is the place where if you can't sell to like Hulu or Netflix or Amazon, yeah, that's so mean, but it's kind of true. I mean, whatever. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just perusing stuff on Crackle. The Crackle app is not good. Anyway, and now Bloomberg is saying that Fox's Tubi wants to create original shows. So, as you know, Fox bought Tubi last year at some point, or 2 years ago. It doesn't matter. Last year, they bought Tubi last year, and now the idea then was to, just like Hulu, you can it would upload, even though Hulu's a paid service now, you'd be able to watch The Masked Singer on Tubi for free the day after it aired, and The Masked Dancer and whatever masked shows they have, Masked Talenter, for the low price of free, but with ads, of course. And for the record, I think Tubi is a way better app than Crackle. Oh, look at me getting email. Oh, thank you, Chad. After reviewing your work experience, we decided to make the decision not to move forward at this time. Well, thank you. So polite. So polite. I just applied to this this job yesterday, and they got back to me real quickly. That's how you do it, Warner Media. So now they're trying to parlay Tubi into its own streaming product. It can be dominant in this sector where with this free segment where people still watch free stuff. I use Pluto TV periodically. I enjoy it. I like the idea of having 24-hour streams of stuff, mainly Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and America's Test Kitchen. That's the only two things I watch. It'll initially focus on movies, according to the tipsters, but it's reportedly considering TV shows and may be willing to pay up to $4 million per episode. That's hefty. There's no mention of particular titles or release windows. I will say this, and I'm not joking. I know I make fun of Disney and Netflix, and then following my tags, I go, oh yeah, the camera just turned off. Jesus, God bless in America. I know I make fun of Disney and Netflix, and I say things like, oh, it's Disney and Netflix, oh, they're the same. Hold on, I gotta do this countdown. I don't make fun of Disney and Netflix, and I say things along the lines of, after I make fun of them, and say, oh boy, it sure would be great to have, to be a Disney and Netflix Plus. I got all this. I got shows for you and stuff. I say it in a way cooler way than what I just did. But I am willing. You want me to make a show, Tubi? Baby, I'll do it. I'll make a show for you. I'll make a show. Trust me. I'll give it to you, and it'll be less than $4 million per episode. I got show ideas. I have scripts. Let's go. Fox's financial chief Steve Tomsic recently acknowledged talks about introducing Tubi originals, although he didn't mention the kind of content or exact spending. He did, however, say the company would, quote, cost effectively explore shows and avoid the all-out productions you see on subscription services. Listen, I'm not joking. I can give you a show that costs $100,000 per episode, if that. $10,000, man. You give me 3 cameras and 4 actors. It will be fine. No, wait, 5 actors. It will be fine. Tubi's use surged up 58% in 2020. Wow, with 33 million members. That's a lot. That's nothing to balk at. Obviously, Netflix and Amazon and Hulu, like, they have more. They've been around longer. But a free app to download. I've mentioned this before. And people unsubscribe from Netflix when their shows stop. They unsubscribe from HBO. They unsubscribe from Disney Plus when their shows aren't on. There's no point to keep them on, to keep those recurring payments if all they want to do is watch C on Apple TV Plus or For All Mankind. One more, The Morning Show. Don't know why you would want to watch The Morning Show, but that trash pile. So good for them. I think that's a wonderful idea. I'm all for it. This next one comes from The Hollywood Reporter. Written by Scott Feinberg. Oscars produce such a long time for me to say these words because I was reading a headline. I was reading the headline, and I went, oh, interesting. Oscars, producers detail, quote, safe, quote, intimate, ceremony, and letter to nominees. Scott Feinberg. I saw a headline for this yesterday. During the pandemic, during these award shows, you'll know people, they do them from home, they do them over Zoom or Skype or what have you, Cisco WebIndex, which is what I think Jimmy Kimmel Live uses, and they do these from home. And the idea, like, they just put on, like a casual sweater like I'm wearing, or in the case of Jason Sudeikis, a sweatshirt he's been wearing all day. and they put in the minimal effort. And people, I love it. I love how casual things are. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. So, the Oscars, they're not going to opt for that. They are going to attempt to have people there, just like they're at the Golden Globes. There were people at the Globes on both the New York and LA side of things, and so and you can do it. There's a good way to do it and a wrong way to do it, and you have to wear your formal clothes. Clothes is what I said. On Thursday, the producers of the Oscars, Steven Soderbergh, director, Stacey Sher, and Jesse Collins sent out an email for everybody who received Oscar nominations. Everybody's CC'd. I think that'd be very funny if everybody was CC'd. You see Al Pacino on the same email list as I don't know, Daniel Kaluuya. I think that'd be very funny. That's a good little sketch idea. I'm not gonna write that down. I did have one sketch idea where it was, I thought about this morning. I thought about this morning before I went to the gym. It is a remake of Jaws, and it starts with like someone running and panting, or someone running and panting, like widescreen, dark, running and panting, and then like a shark behind them is swimming very, very fast. The music's like building up, and it gets really, really serious, and then cut to the shark is in the ocean by itself, and it's just swimming around like looking for things to eat, but everybody is like far, far, far up on the beach having a cookout, and it's all black people. And Jaws 2 starring black people, and the movie's like 3 minutes long. And the person who was running was like, I got the last packet of hot dogs. All right, that's dumb. The producers directly addressed the obvious questions about an Oscars in the time of COVID. Of course, your first thought is, can that be done safely? The answer is yes, it can. We're treating the event as an active movie set with specially designed testing cadences to ensure up-to-the-minute results, including an on-site COVID safety team with PCR testing capability. There will be specific instructions for those of you traveling in from outside of Los Angeles, and other instructions for those of you who are already based in Los Angeles. For those who aren't comfortable attending in person, tough luck. There will not be an option for Zoom on this show. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. I don't like that, but it's just different. Because they have these international movies. They have people who don't spend their time in the Los Angeles area. And like Frances McDormand, I know she doesn't go to these things, but I think she lives further up the coast of California. Michael Ian Black, he's not in this, but the comedian, he lives in Denver or something. Who else? Who else do I know lives out of the state on purpose? Jesse Eisenberg, he and his family live out of the state. So, I mean, to say, and Daniel Kaluuya is in Britain. So to say, hey, you have to come is kind of missing the point. I think the point. I mean, I think what you can do, what can be done, is Zoom. Like that has to be the bare minimum. But and then also given on that same platform, they have to be able to be open to Zoom, but also, yes, it's fine for them to wear more formal attire. Like, yeah, it's like, all right, I'll wear a tuxedo. However, I need to be able to do the show over Zoom. Anyway, they said they're aiming for a fusion of inspirational and aspirational, which in actual words means formal is totally cool if you want to go there, but casual is really not. I mean, so you're giving them one option. It's just, I mean, and Zoom has worked well for all of the shows that have used it. They're just missing the point. Listen, let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll do more of the show. Okay, hold on. It's not working. Here we go. Let's do the break. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. This is the break. Here we go. And we're back from the break, which consisted of me sitting here in silence for 40 seconds, drinking water. Oh, because boy, I needed it. My throat was so scratchy. I got to figure out what's going on with this camera because it keeps shutting off on me. And quite frankly, I don't like it. Let's talk more about the Jaws idea I had. There was something else I was going to talk about. I should have just talked about it when I had a chance. Beep. I should have just talked about it when I had a chance. Oh, God, I don't even remember now. Oh, probably wasn't that important. Oh, you know what? Here's one. I got another story. Because I usually start the second half of this show out with, reset, with the stories. Or I like to. That's the format of the show. Format of the show is you press start, and it goes, and then you press start, it goes. I intro it, then I give you just a little bit of insight into my life, and then I do one or two stories, sometimes three if I'm rushing, and then I go to break, and then after the break, I come back. I get a little bit more insight in my life. And then I do max two more stories, one or two more stories. Then I end the show. That's the format. And you know what? I hope you enjoy it. Because I like doing it. Because it's the easiest thing. And sometimes I don't have personal stories going on. I mean, like now, I'm just vamping. I've been vamping for a minute. Exactly now. Okay, let's go. All right, here we go. I bought Super Mario 3D All Stars for Nintendo Switch. If you don't know, the last year, like I guess like Mario Day is May 10th, but I think last year was the 35th anniversary of Mario, I believe, and like Mario games, and so they introduced Super Mario 3D All Stars in the fall, or like last spring. I don't know. Who cares? They introduced Super Mario 3D All Stars, which consists of Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. And two of those games, Galaxy and Sunshine, have not been available outside of their systems, their main systems for ever. And so they bundled all three of these games together and then they released them on Nintendo Switch for $60. And they said May 31st, 2021, they're going to be off the shelves. We're not going to reproduce these. It's not going to be able to be downloaded digitally anymore. If you bought it, then you own it digitally, but just you're not going to be able to purchase it ever. And they're taking away all this Mario stuff. So I just, for like a year, I've been putting it off. Oh God, I'm not going to buy this. I'm not going to buy this yet. I'm not going to buy it yet. I'm not going to buy it yet. And then when January hit, I was like, oh boy, I got to buy this game. Then I got laid off. But I eventually this week I bought the game, and I booted up 64. I've played that game way too many times, so I immediately I stopped it, and I played Galaxy, which is a game that I think I rented when that was still a thing at Redbox. Was it Redbox? No, I think it was Netflix. It wasn't GameFly. It might have been Blockbuster. It doesn't matter. I rented the game and I did not enjoy it. And then Galaxy 2 came out and I loved it. I love that game, which is oddly still missing from the Switch, but whatever. So now I'm playing. I think I got maybe a quarter of the way through on Galaxy. So, but now I'm playing it again on Switch, and it's still a great game. Sunshine I owned on GameCube when it came out, and it was hard, and I traded it in, and then I tried, for the past 7 years, I've tried finding a cheap copy of that game, but you can't because they're all $60, and it's insane. So anyway, I have Super Mario 3D All-Stars now. I'm excited to spend some time with that. I also bought Dreams on PS4. It was on sale for $10 a couple of weeks ago, and I was not interested at all in it. I like the idea of making games, but when that game came out, it was talked about for 2 seconds, and then people stopped because it's been in beta, and then people just stopped talking about it. But the idea of Dreams is you can make anything in your wildest imagination. Animation, you can make just still pictures. You can make playable video games with levels and music and your own sound and all this different stuff. You can literally make video games inside it on your PlayStation 4 or 5. And no one's been talking about it. And so I just forgot. And then it was on sale for $10, and I said, I might as well try it out. So I downloaded it, and you can tell. This is gonna sound so mean, but people have spent hours and probably years because it's been in beta for so long, but such a long time on some of these games and on this platform, and that's what Dreams is a platform. And I've played some of these games, and they control it is obviously. You play one game controlled via Dreams, then every game then you understand this does not feel terribly good. Imagine Gears or Crash Bandicoot, two wildly different games. Imagine Gears of War or Crash Bandicoot, how tight those controls are, how it feels to shoot in Gears of War, and how it feels to jump and control in Crash Bandicoot, versus you pick up a game within Dreams. People have made Sonic the Hedgehog in Dreams, Sonic Adventure, and he's sliding everywhere. It's very loose. However, for what it's worth, still great. I pick up Dreams. I'm in amazement. People have made animations only using Dreams, and they've imported their audio. They've imported the music, and it amazes me that people do this. What I think Sony needs to do, it used to be, I think it launched at $30, and now it's $20. Then it was on sale for $10. Then it went back up to $20. But what I think Sony needs to do is, I'm going to turn myself up because I'm having trouble hearing myself. What I think Sony needs to do is they have this play at home thing where they're giving away games during the pandemic. So they gave away Uncharted 4, Ratchet and Clank, both games I already owned, but whatever, who cares? It's free. Without you having to have they already give away games on PlayStation Plus, but they're giving it to you without having to have that subscription to PlayStation Plus. And then in May, they're giving away Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition, a game I freaking bought November on Black Friday. It was like so cheap. It was literally pennies. And then I heard that news this week and I went, dang it. I should have waited because I still haven't even opened it. And that's my life, guys. Very lonely. But that's what they should do with Dreams and they're giving away 5 other games, and then the big game is Horizon Zero Dawn. And the 5 other games they've already given away before on PlayStation Plus, but this time you get to own them forever. But I think they should give away Dreams, because the more hands that you have it in, the better chance that people are going to discover it. Because no one's going to want to drop, $10-20 on something that they're probably going to put down soon. And so if people have access to Dreams for free via PlayStation Plus or via Play at Home, then they're going to want to give it a shot. And then they see these tools, and it's daunting. It's super daunting. Not a little bit. It's very daunting. But they see these tools and they see these other games on there and they see the animations and the still pictures and all that stuff. Then they're going to be even more interested, because they didn't have to invest any type of monetary value on it, to put a value on it at all. So that's my sale for Dreams on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Because I think it's a wonderful idea, just like the Trials games, Trials HD, Trials Fire, and Trials Rising. I gotta know that second Trials game, because that's the one I owned. Trials Xbox 360. That's what I'll do. Trials Xbox. Trials Evolution. That's the one. Yeah, there's Fusion, Evolution, and HD. And Fusion, and in each one of those games, you can make your own tracks, and that's why I say that. Like, you can make your own tracks, and eventually people figured out, you can make your own, game, just like Dreams. You can make your own first-person shooter. You can make your own side-scrolling platformer. And I think that's wonderful. I love the creative side. It's been 9 minutes. Let's move on. This comes from The Hollywood Reporter, written by Eric Gardner. Class action claims, quote, sweetheart deal between Writers Guild, Viacom over streaming. All right, so you'll know that when you work in television, there's a thing called residuals. You're on Big Bang Theory is the first show I could think of. That's a show that is ubiquitous with money. I'm not saying that to be facetious or anything. That's very true. But you work on Big Bang Theory. Let's say you're Kaylee Cuoco. You're on Big Bang Theory. You make $1 million per episode, and you guys make it to 100 episodes, which is syndication. We'll get to streaming in a second. 100 episodes syndication. Now TBS and USA and the CW all want to buy those first 100 episodes so they can run them and air them, because they'll be an easy way to get viewers, to get a solid group of viewers. Okay. So they buy those episodes, and what happens is, a lot of stuff happens, but one of the things happens is the people, Kaylee Cuoco, Johnny Galecki, and the rest, they have to, that's going to be a tagline to this show. They get a certain percentage based on those episodes airing, and that percentage goes down of money. The percentage of money goes down, throughout the years. So TBS plays season 1 in 2010, and then they're still playing it in 2021. It's considerably less than it was on day 1 of syndication. So here we are, that the former showrunner of Key & Peele, Jay Martell, is leading a suit that alleges the Writers Guild of America has breached its duty of fair representation with respect to royalties owed comedy writers like those who work on The Daily Show with Trevor Noah. On Wednesday, a putative class action was brought against the alleging that Viacom's Comedy Central units are breaching a collective bargaining agreement and that the Writers Guild is maintaining a clandestine settlement agreement. What are we, the script notes over here talking about the writers' agreement? Oh, Andrew Cuomo's back. I will not resign. I will not resign, even though I'm having the mannerisms of Richard Nixon. I will not resign at all. My buddy Joe Biden backs me. All right. Martell's complaint alleges that, for years, Viacom subsidiaries failed to abide by the terms of the CBA, quote, by improperly computing or simply not paying residuals owed thereunder for the use of television, motion pictures, and new media, in particular with respect to ad-supported video-on-demand services. So, that is saying that I gotta turn this thing down. That's my fault. That is saying that on, let's say, Hulu, with ads, the $6 option. Let's say on, when you go on cable and there's episodes of the latest episode of Daily Show, and you get to watch it for free with ads. There's that. Let's say ComedyCentral.com, which you can go and watch the episodes of the Daily Show, Key and Peele, Tosh.0, for free, but there's ads. All that stuff combines, and people still should be paid for that previous work because they made it. It is in their contracts. A settlement, one that Martell characterizes as the quote unquote sweetheart deal, was then allegedly worked out between Viacom units and the WGA. It wiped out the employer defendant's historical liabilities across the series in exchange for a single paltry lump sum payment. No one knows how much it is. So the WGA is already hailing this new deal it struck with agencies, but now they're coming back. There's roots of this small thing. What did I just say? Now they're fighting this. In a statement provided to THR, WGA West acknowledges the settlement and sources some potential frustration. According to the statement, the case settled prior to arbitration for the full amount owed to writers, plus interest payments and penalties for failure to report. The writers' frustration with the outcome stems from the fact that current industry collective bargaining agreements provide a fixed payment for the first year of free streaming and allow companies to exclude significant promotional use of programs excerpts from residual payments. Interesting. That's my first time reading that. I don't particularly like this explanation, but for Martell to notice that you haven't been paid for certain shows is pretty astounding in the first place. I think the WGA. And I say this, and I want to be a part of the WGA one day, but I think they're trying to just sweep this under the rug as fast as possible because they are coming back from this for like the past 2.5 years, 3 years. They were fighting with agencies for packaging deals, which basically amounted to networks would buy packaging deals, where the networks would buy deals from agents where you were packaged with certain aspects of a deal, and then agents would also get paid a lot more than you were getting paid, or a lot more than they deserve to be paid for your work from them, from networks. I think it's just they're just trying to sweep this under the rug. If you want to hear more about this stuff, I would think that you should go to Script Notes. And finally, this comes from Variety. Written by Brian Steinberg, NFL strikes new rights pacts. Fox cedes Thursdays to Amazon. ABC gains Fox Super Bowl, excuse me, ABC gains Super Bowl slot. I was just thinking, Fox had Thursday night football. I thought that was NBC, but NBC has Sunday night football. I did a story on this. I should know. So NFL set new deals, rights deals, and we knew this was coming because the rights were coming up this year. Here are the things. Thursday night football, and this is huge news, going to Amazon Prime exclusively. What I can assume is that Amazon paid enough money for that to happen, and also the ratings there were good enough for, compared to Fox's Thursday night football, were good enough for Amazon to just for NFL to go, yeah, sure, why not? When Amazon started airing the Thursday night football games, they would get like disparate games, throughout the season. A couple years ago, like I don't know, like 4 or 5. But now for them to have 13, however long the season is, that's pretty gosh darn good for them. I wonder. I mean, and then also Amazon was it's the first to introduce multiple audios for streaming. So you could watch there's like 3 or 4 streams, one with Hannah Storm and then another one with Collinsworth and so on, it just go on like that. Collinsworth probably wasn't in it. I just had to name somebody else. Okay. Walt Disney's ABC will air the Super Bowl for the first time in more than 15 years, and they're also going to share it with ESPN. So it's going to be on ABC and ESPN. We'll get to that in 1 second. Monday Night Football is going to air on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN Plus. Again, that in a second. The NFC package is going to be on Fox and Tubi. Wow. AFC package, CBS, and Paramount Plus. Interesting. This is the first time I'm saying this. I'm not kidding. And Sunday Night Football is going to be NBC and Peacock. Are they really going to air these on these streaming platforms? I can see ESPN Plus airing Monday Night Football, but man. And then Thursday Night Football, NFL Network, and Prime Video. NFL Network's going to get a rotating list of games, I believe. In exchange for the exorbitant rights, the networks will get the chance to broadcast games in new venues. NBC will be able to simulcast Sunday Night Football, on Peacock, for example, and the service will, over the life of the new contract, get to air some games exclusively, according to one of these people. Fox will get to, you know what? Last week, and I remember saying this dutifully. I remember saying this with so much gusto that I thought that Peacock was going to not fail, but die out and eventually be rolled into like Hulu or something. With this new pact, and with the WWE pact, I think that's starting in a month or so or less than a month for Peacock. They're really focusing on sports, and that is how you do it. That is how you attract people, because you can have the best shows in the world, and I don't think you're going to be able to, catch up to I don't know, Netflix or something. But the moment you get sports, Amazon Prime, I think we're going to see a surge of subscribers come the fall. We're going to see a surge for Peacock, for Paramount Plus, if you can have all that stuff and it's easily accessible. If I can sit on my couch, load up the Chromecast with Google TV, go subscribe, and boom, I'm right there. Fox will get to broadcast games on Christmas and expand the games it can air on a Spanish language service for Fox Deportes. Perfect. The company will also get the option to stream certain games on its Tubi service and align NFL games with its Fox Bet gaming business, according to one person familiar with the structure of some of these deals. Viacom CBS will get to stream games on Paramount Plus broadband outlet. And kind of, CBS All Access was already airing these games. If you had the CBS stream, not if, it already came to CBS stream, but whatever. ESPN is gets the rights to air. Jesus. Oh God, this is the recycling company. They're gonna dump some stuff. I gotta turn the microphone down. They're going to get to air 2 Super Bowls, and then ESPN Plus will be able to stream 1 international series game on an exclusive national basis every season and simulcast all ABC and ESPN games. That is great news. That is more accessibility for not just football, but for sports. Because if I'm a soccer fan and I want to watch Man U, the only soccer team I know apparently, and they're only available on Peacock or they're only available on Paramount Plus, whereas that game would not, 5 years have been available to watch anywhere. Perfect. That's wonderful. I do have an issue with these being gate kept, but in a couple of years, hopefully this will all work out, unless we all go back to bundling, which we kind of are, Disney Plus. The NFL Network, which had previously shared rights to broadcast Thursday Night Football, will continue to televise a select schedule of NFL games on a yearly basis. Like I said already. And these numbers are huge for what the deals were paid for. And also the ad spots, because the ad spots have grown even bigger. The packages basically start at $1 billion and go up to $2.7 billion in the case of Monday Night Football. I would think Sunday Night Football costs more, but apparently Monday Night Football is where it's at. And all of these jumped up in price points of about 42%, 32%, up to upwards of 132%. Wow. That's just the annual cost. $2.7 billion for Monday Night Football on ABC. Jesus. Oh my God. That's insane. That's why the ad spots jump up. And now, speaking of ABC, I want to move on to this. ABC might air the Super Bowl over multiple networks. Now, was it the NFC and AFC title games that's written by Brian Steinberg, a Super Bowl megacast is under construction at Disney? So they're really mockingly. The AFC and AFC title games, when Viacom aired them, Viacom CBS aired them between CBS, TV Land, and Nickelodeon, and I think TV Land, but definitely 100% Nickelodeon, where they had the kids' version of these games with the slime and SpongeBob was there hanging out and stuff, and the uprights of the thing. And that worked out really well for them, even though there was an F word and F-bomb on that broadcast. But it was still really good because people were talking about it. People like to see the touchdowns with slimes and stuff, and that was all digitally really fun, like this digital slimes and all that stuff. So now ABC is thinking of the same thing. Jimmy Pietro, I believe that's his name. Yep, is the chairman of ESPN and sports content. And now that they have these new rights to these games, Disney, they want to do something similar to what Viacom did with the slime and stuff. They could air a kids broadcast on Disney Channel or Disney XD or something like that. Late last year, Disney devised a range of bespoke telecasts of a wild card game, one tailored for younger viewers on the company's freeform cable outlet. Yeah, they would never do that on Disney, never mind. It has created informal, quote, viewing party sessions on ESPN2 that can often draw sports celebrities, and it crafted a streaming version of the event on broadband hub ESPN Plus aimed at viewers interested in sports betting. So just like what Fox is wanting to do. So yeah, let's do it. Let's mix it all up, baby. Let's you lose nothing. You lose nothing when you do stuff like this. And they have all these brands, and you might as well people, and they're so recognizable. But Mickey Mouse will never be there. Oh boy, I'm enjoying this game. Hit him in the head. Give him CTE. CTE is not funny. Listen. Oh, hold on before I go. This episode is the anniversary episode. I think Google has told me this via the photos I take on my phone. Apparently, last week, so today's the 19th, last week on the 11th, I think, was this has been a long episode of this stupid show. was the first time that I did a podcast called the Chad White Podcast, which was when this website was very bad. Before I found what I wanted to do, was host a poorly watched news show, and a poorly written one too, and a poorly made podcast. Although it sounds better than it does now. However, Chad White Podcast was the first show I did with my friends Patrick Boykin and Chad Krober, and it was just going to be a show where shoot the S and you hang out. I refuse to curse on the show. Let's try to get ads, baby. Where you hang out. I refuse to get ads. Where you hang out. Where you hang out and we're just talking and stuff, and obviously I would have topics and stuff, and then eventually that just turned into me doing this alone. So here we are. But the Chad White Podcast, I thought about putting that up. I don't want to because I have not listened to it. Maybe next year. But it was a revolutionary idea. Just me, two guys sitting down, and I had one microphone that I do not use anymore, and thank goodness because it's a bad microphone. But it was just one microphone I put in the middle of the table. It was a cardioid, and I would try to capture all three people. I didn't know what a cardioid was at the time, and the show sounded horrible from what I can remember. But we had a good time making it, and that's what was important. We just hung out and had a good time making it, and so many ideas, and then they got lazy, and I said, I gotta keep doing this thing. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you for listening. 197. In 3 weeks, we'll be at 200, and I will not have done anything. Here it comes. I can hear it right now. I can hear that truck outside. If you want to see a video version of this show, don't know why you want to sit through 48 minutes of this, or 47, how long this is going to be when I edit it down. Head to youtube.com/C+comedy, where you can see me just sitting in front of the computer now because the camera turned off. It's noon. Jesus. Also on youtube.com/C+comedy is our premiere show, News Time. This week's episode is about the Grammys. I take one topic and I dive right into it. It's a very funny episode, I think. I'm kicking my feet. If you can hear the chair bouncing, I'm kicking my feet like a little baby. This week's episode is about the Grammys, and it is talking about snubbing and all that other stuff that comes with the Grammys and the new rules and all that, whatever. Check it out. Very funny episode. cpluscomedy.com. See me talking to a bunch of your favorite comedians. Trying to get some more interviews, but it's tough going. And Instagram and Twitter at @CPlusComedy. Me, Instagram and Twitter at Chad Black White. Like us on Facebook, rate, review, subscribe to this show wherever you get your podcasts, but please do it on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Bye.